This is the Royal Enfield Scram 411, a scrambler, or literally we can call it as an urban adventure, which is more friendly on the city streets for the day-to-day daily commute, and of course a part-time off-roader and a weekend tourer. This is a scaled-down iteration of the older Himalayan, and majority of the design lines were borrowed from the previous ADV Tourer. Right from the classic 350 till Himalayan, every motorcycles in the RE's lineup have faced tremendous changes in their engine segment and the design elements. But Scram 411 is the only motorcycle that's been essentially loaded with the same motor of the older Himalayans, DNA. The character, sound and the refinement will makes you feel that you're riding an old Himalayan. However, the newer Scram 440 is expected to be launched in the upcoming 2025 with a bigger massive engine holding a 6-speed gearbox. This is the silver sprint color shade, and other than this we have 6 more color shades in the lineup. 19-inch front wheel and the 17-inch rear with the dual purpose tires, which allows this Scram to gain a ground clearance of 200 mm that helps this wonderful machine to take on anything that's been thrown on its way. The well-padded saddle with a super accessible seat height of 795 mm will help the rider to easily get on or get off from the motorcycle very quickly. With the perfect seating triangle, the equation is well proportioned and you can spend long hours on the saddle in a more comfortable manner. But when you stand up and riding on the foot pegs, you need to lean forward to reach the handlebar, especially for the taller riders. When you're riding on trails, there is some more possibilities of dropping the bike, but this motorcycle doesn't offer with any handguards to protect your hands and levers from the direct impact when you drop the bike. So you must be careful when taking on trails and dirt tracks. This motorcycle definitely would have been a better option if they have provided the adjustable levers for a better reach. Advantage of having an upswept exhaust keeps this motorcycle an ideal scrambler. Water won't enter inside when you are supposed to cross the water puddles like this. The 300 mm disc up front and a 240 mm disc at the rear with the dual channel ABS will perform their braking duties very well, but it doesn't offer with the switchable ABS, so locking the rear wheel for an off-road fun on a dirt track is quite impossible. Meanwhile, in this scenario, I have to register here very clearly that even though this Royal Enfield is offered with the spoke wheels, this Scram is not actually meant for a proper hardcore off-roading like how the Himalayan ADV performs on the dirt tracks, but this is a mini version of Himalayan with the same engine. The 411cc engine will develop 24.3 bhp of power and a 32 Nm of peak torque, which comes with the 5-speed constant mesh. The strong low end and mid-range drives home the relaxed nature of this motorcycle. The 411cc engine will develop 24.3 bhp of power and a 32 Nm of peak torque, which comes with the 5-speed constant mesh. The strong low end and mid-range drives home the relaxed nature of this motorcycle. 411cc engine will develop 24.3 bhp of power and a 32 Nm of peak torque, which comes with the 5-speed constant mesh. The strong low end and mid-range drives home the relaxed nature of this motorcycle. When talking about the cycle parts further, the 41 conventional long travel suspension comes really handy even on the broken road conditions. When talking about the long distance touring, this motorcycle doesn't offered with any windscreen. The absence of the windscreen doesn't make any impact when riding inside the city. But on the highway tarmac, especially when doing some higher speeds, the lack of windshield is bit a concern. This Scram 411 gets the conventional halogen headlamp setup, but the upcoming Scram 440 might get the LED headlamp by next year. The instrumental cluster is borrowed from the Meteor. The small tiny digital display will show you ample of ride information. I think none of the Scram variants comes with the tripper navigation as standard. Finally, in my opinion, riders, those who wander for the character of the older Himalayan, can directly go for this mini version. It can do absolutely well on the daily commute in the city limits, and of course a weekend partial off-roader and a long distance tourer like how the Himalayan does.